One of the neat things about going to all of the various Tesla cons around the country and meeting with all these great people is that you get to see sponsors from outside Teslaverse and see products, see people, see insights you wouldn't otherwise see if you get a chance to go to a Tesla Owners Club event. You gots to do it. In this case, I got to meet Rob from Taiga Motors. Motors? Engines? I don't know. Maybe they got something super fast coming up. The fastest vehicle on land you've ever seen. I'm Brian. Welcome to My Tesla Weekend. And a quick thank you to my newest Patreon, Kelly Sloan. Kelly, Bert, you know I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Your support helps keep the channel running. So I'm here at TeslaCon, Florida. You ever heard of Taiga Motors? They do not make the fastest car on the road. In fact, I've tried to take their vehicles on the road. They don't move at all. They're jet skis. Is that what we're calling them these days?
You know what? This is the Orca carbon personal watercraft.
Personal watercraft.
Exactly.
Sounds personal. Now, I assume these burn a bunch of gasoline and spew fumes and spill dino juice all in the water. Is that correct?
As a matter of fact, it isn't. These are fully electric. The Orca carbon is Taiga's electric personal watercraft. We are the first global manufacturer to have fully electric watercraft. So we've got a carbon fiber hull and top deck here. We've got a two-up seat, so you can have up to 2 passengers. We've got about 2 hours of playtime, or about 27 nautical miles per charge. And you're able to charge up 3 different levels, right? So level 1, level 2 are DC fast charge. Just like an electric vehicle, we've got a J1772 adapter here with the CCS Combo 1 for the fast charge. And then up here we can turn on the screen. So we've got a fully color LCD screen here where you're going to get all of the information such as your vehicle's state of charge, various other metrics. And we've also got up here a front hatch so you can store all of your goods when you're out on the water for the day. We've also got 3 different drive modes on Orca Carbon. So you're going to have range, which is really good for no wake zones and just controlling the vehicle coming into the dock. And then you've got sport mode, which is going to provide more power, a really sporty, exciting ride. And then you've got wild mode, which is going to be our launch mode, where you get the full 160 horsepower.
Wow. Now, I assume because this is so small, it's not very stable.
You know what? That's a really good question. So we do have a smaller platform than most traditional watercrafts. But because you've got the powertrain that's so low, it's got a really low center of gravity, right? So you've got your motor that's right at the bottom. Surrounding it is going to be the battery. So while it is a smaller platform, it's going to be super stable while still having a really sporty ride.
Now, because it's, because you're trying to conserve range, batteries are heavy and all that, you said it can still go for hours.
Yeah, so you got 2 hours of playtime. It's got a top speed of about 62 miles an hour, and it's got a lot of get up and go, and it's got really linear power output, just like you'd expect from an electric vehicle.
Right, nice even torque all the way.
Absolutely.
And you said you can charge it up again, get lunch, and get back 60% of charge, 80% of charge in...
So on level 2 charging, you're gonna be able to charge up about 25 to 30% per hour. So if you are out, you stop at a marina, you have lunch. So depending how long your lunch is, you'll be able to charge up, about 25 to sort of 60% depending on the infrastructure that's there with the marine pedestals that are already installed at marinas. So really, really simple when it comes to charging if you're on the ocean or near the bigger marinas.
Right, because big boats need that power already anyway.
That's exactly right.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you don't have to go find gas. You just have to find a dock with power.
Exactly.
Which is way, way easier.
Yeah. And if you've got power already set up on your dock at home, then you can go out for a spin, come back and charge it up without having to go anywhere. And really, you're going to be getting that power for a fraction of the price compared to gas.
What if I want to use it as a commuter? How far can I go on a charge?
Yeah, so it's going to be about 27 nautical miles per charge. So, you know, it'll get you to where you need to go.
If you're going more than 10 miles in distance on a personal watercraft, I would argue you're probably using the wrong craft. That's too far. That's too far. So what I'm saying with that is, yeah, that's a reasonable amount of range, and you've got good torque, you've got reasonable battery life. And what's the wait time on these?
So the wait time right now, we're beginning deliveries of Orca Carbon here in Florida via our partner starting at the beginning of 2023. So any orders that come in now via our website, taigamotors.com, we'll be able to deliver those at the beginning of the year, and it requires a deposit. It's a fully refundable deposit of $1,000, which will reserve your spot in the production queue.
But we are basically there. It is basically production time.
It is.
We're in October.
We've already begun deliveries of these up in Canada, so beginning in Florida at the beginning of 2023.
What's the price?
There we go. So this being the Orca Carbon, it's our top of the line product. So it has a starting price of $26,500.
Which isn't outrageous. How big? What is the battery pack size?
So the battery pack size is essentially, you know, you've got 120 kilowatts of power, and then the size of the battery is going to, you know, be enough to give you that 2 hours of of playtime.
Of course. And lithium ion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Great.
Lithium ion, it's got a thermal management system that is proprietary to Taiga. So you're going to have the coolant in a closed circuit, and it's going to run through this ride plate right underneath here, and that's what's going to cool down the powertrain.
Wow. Gosh.
And if we're talking about a warranty, you're going to have a 1-year limited warranty on Orca Carbon, and then it's going to be a 3-year powertrain warranty. So that's covering the motors, covering the battery, and of course the inverter on board as well.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, this is pretty awesome. And in case you don't know how to spell Taiga Motors, it's Taiga Motors.com. So, Rob, awesome. I appreciate you giving me the time.
Of course.
Yeah, and
thanks so much, Brian.
We'll maybe put up some B-roll from their promotional material while this is going on. So there it is, and there you go. Were there questions I forgot? Were there things I should have asked? They did such a great job. They were there all weekend. They kept the booth running. It was so great, and I gotta tell you, this little sporty job looks fantastic. So, what did I miss or misunderstand? Leave me all your thoughts, your wisdom, your blinding brilliance, your juicy goodness into them comments below. And stay tuned, stay juicy, and I simply cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the surely about to happen interview with Sandy Monroe. I swear, guys, it's coming. There's just a bit more editing that needs to happen. And here is your time and a half overtime bonus. Thanks for hanging out. That's been my assumption for some time now. Only way they won't is if Tesla abandons the EV market or somehow goes bankrupt. This is in response to the question of how could they not be number one by 2035 or sooner. I seriously doubt that either of those will happen. Without vertical integration, legacy has no hope. Another hilarious point is that Tesla isn't even trying to be number one, while all the other companies are chasing that number one spot. This is a much shorter term mindset than what Tesla has in mind, watching most of these other companies faceplant multiple times before any of them get close. Just on profit per vehicle alone, Tesla is a money printer. So yeah, Tesla could fail to be number one by abandoning the EV market. Yeah, they could go heavy into bots. They could stop selling cars and just go robo-taxi or otherwise keep them in-house. But neither's going to happen. And without vertical integration, the other guys are absolutely struggling. Prices are going up. They've been going up. And supplies have been difficult to procure. Unless you're making the supplies yourself. Unless you entered into long-term contracts long ago. So all of those things are, kind of happening. And, Tesla isn't trying to be number one, necessarily. But more importantly, the other guys definitely are not. The other guys are trying to be 2% better next year, or 5%, or maybe 10% better. But Tesla's still growing 50% year over year. It accelerates quickly. The other guys aren't trying to do that. They have no roadmap for it. They cannot win. The only competitor to Tesla at this point, the only company that could stand in their way, is Tesla themselves. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, I don't know. I mean, maybe survival of the fittest. So there you go. Time and a half, overtime bonus. Thanks for hanging out.